Hello, I'm Angel, and welcome to my galaxy. You read the title. Or I guess I, am drawing whatever Pinterest tells me. I don't know if the video is still up, but I did do something like this in the past. I just decided to remove a bunch of my old videos recently. Not for any specific reason, I just figured it was time to take a few of them down. That aside, I'm doing this challenge again because I think it works well for art block. I mean, it literally tells you what to draw. No better way to escape the pit that is art block than not thinking at all. In other words, I think you should try this challenge, and in case somehow you don't know what this challenge is, allow me to explain. The idea is quite simple. Grab Pinterest, search random character things like hair and outfit, and pick the first one that pops up. Take all those images and smash them together in a single drawing. So yeah, that's the challenge. We're just gonna go ahead and do that because that's the video. So for the first character, I started by searching for a pose, and this was the first one I found. Now is it just me, or does this girl look evil? Like the villain of a video game where it looks cute in the beginning and then it slowly turns into horror? Just me? Maybe it is just me, but anyways, the next thing I pulled was a facial expression. In this case, it was a pouty face of sorts. Next was hairstyle, which was this one. It reminds me of Yor from Spy X Family, but I also think that's mostly because of the headpiece. I also decided to search for dyed hair to see what color the hair was. I could have used the default color, but I figured this would be more interesting. As you can see, the character will have white, blue, and black hair. I feel like whenever I see any dyed hair on Pinterest, it's always the stripy type hair. Next was eyes. I looked up colored eye contacts for the same reason I looked up dyed hair. We got pink and green. I also looked up makeup, but just a warning, I didn't follow this too closely. I never draw makeup on my characters. I only did this as like a small challenge. Only a few more things left. I did the outfits next, getting these cute overalls along with a accessory of some glasses. I tried to do species by looking up crossplay and got these, so it didn't really work out, and I just went with a flower human hybrid instead. I also looked up what kind of flower they would have, and it was these. Alright, that is all the images I looked up for now, so we're gonna go ahead and straight into the art. I can't English today. Oh boy. This speed paint is extremely slowed down. This is because I'm only doing 2 pieces of art today, and this video has to be 10 minutes long at least. It's not what I normally do, so I'm a little nervous about finding things to speak about in the meantime. The good news, or maybe the bad news, depending on who you are, is that this drawing was quite simple to create. I didn't find myself struggling at all, but don't worry, the next drawing gave me hell. I suppose the only slightly hard thing was the glasses. I don't normally draw glasses a lot, and normally when I do draw them, they're just like a single line. You know what I mean, you see them in cartoons all the time. Though to be fair, I don't even like the single line glasses because those do not look good in my style. I mentioned it before on my channel, but I draw eyes big, which in turn tend to make the glasses look a little odd. Now the easy solution would be to just draw the eyes smaller, but I like the bigger eyes. I find it cute and chibi-like, so I'm more focused on finding a way to make the glasses fit my style better by adjusting them. That being said, I have talked about glasses way too much for one video, so moving on. I also want to mention that originally I was going to do full body as you saw in the beginning, but I realized I didn't know what the shoes looked like since the outfit image didn't show them. I could have just searched for shoes while in the sketching phase, but I decided against it because I don't tend to draw shoes that detailed much anyways. So yeah, I just adjusted the sketch slightly to block out her feet. I don't think anyone will miss them anyways. In the speed paint, I'm finishing up the line art as we speak. I would definitely say the design is not something I would do a lot. Maybe you disagree and this is very typical of me, but art seems fairly different from an artist's point of view and a viewer's point of view. Beyond that, I'm not quite sure how to explain it to other people who aren't me, so we're just gonna go ahead and move on. I'm doing the coloring now, and I just use flat colors for both pieces of art because they ended up looking better and more Pinterest-like without the shading. When I say Pinterest-like, I mean unreasonably aesthetic. Not that I'm complaining, it made my life easier not to shade. Now that I think about it, I don't recall most art on Pinterest having shading. I may just be misremembering, or maybe it's only my Pinterest, but I don't think I've seen many pieces of art on Pinterest with shading. That's so weird. Anyways, we are almost done with this one. I think most of the things blended together quite easily, though I wish I put more flowers across her body. I was too cowardly, I'm afraid, to lean into the whole flower hybrid thing too much. Here's the finished product, and I think the only thing that looks a little strange is the makeup, but it's fine. Here we are again to pick some images. For obvious reasons, it's the second image I find this time. I guess I could have drawn the same thing twice, but something tells me that wouldn't be interesting to watch. Anywho, I searched the images in the same order, so here's what I got. The first one was this pose. I don't know what you would call it though. The expression was anger. I don't know who pissed her off, but good luck to them, because no. For hairstyle, we have this one, and I have nothing to say about it, so yeah, next one. The hair coloring ended up being this blonde and brown hair color. For the eyes, I got rather normal looking eyes, just turquoise. That word, it's a shade of bluish green. For makeup, I got this, obviously the most noteworthy thing being the heavy red Shush, kitty. Shush. The heavy... I can't focus now, hold on. For makeup, I got this, obviously the most noteworthy being the heavy red eyeshadow. The clothes ended up being the skirt and sweater with the accessory of a star bracelet. Lastly, I looked up crossplays for the species, and thank the Pop-Tart cat it wasn't a pair of glasses this time. We got a bunny tail, so obviously that means this character is a bunny-human hybrid. That being said, that is all of the things that I searched up and did, so we're gonna move on to the art. For some reason, I just can't talk in this video. You won't believe how many mistakes I've had to edit out so far. Anyways, with this character, I struggle with the pose as I've never drawn someone with their hip popped out. Maybe it wouldn't have been so hard if I hadn't taken the moment to practice body types. I normally draw more thin characters, especially in videos, but I've said it before that I've been practicing on my body types. That being said, 2 unfamiliar things was maybe too much in one art piece because I spent a lot longer on the base than I normally do. I do like how it turned out, but I also think I need to focus more on exaggerating the body type a bit more. Compared to what I normally draw, she does look more plus size, but I still worry about some mistaking her for being more skinny. Though maybe I'm being more paranoid, the last time I drew plus size characters, I had people who drew them more skinny. Aside from my fears, everything else was rather easy to do. Even the makeup was, despite being unfamiliar with drawing makeup. I drew this a while ago, so I don't really know what to say about it, especially now that we're moving into the line art, so what do you normally do when you're watching my videos? There's something fun to talk about, I guess. I know most partake in hobbies or chores while I talk. I'm the type of person who does whatever while watching videos. I either watch other artists or people playing video games, mostly horror games. As for what I do, I normally draw or write. It's kinda a good and bad thing. It's good because it makes me sit and work on something, but bad because if the video is too interesting, I end up watching it instead of working on whatever it is. Not that it ever stops me from doing it anyways. I found recently that the best way for me to watch something and work on something at the same time is by watching something I've already seen or don't really care about. Anyways, we're on the coloring now, and I actually have a few things to say about it. I was pleasantly surprised by how appealing the colors looked. The colors weren't bad for the first one, but the second piece of art definitely wins in that regard. Overall, I generally like both of them, but this one has my heart a bit more. You won't be able to see the makeup until the finished product is shown, as I forgot about it, but I eventually get to it. I also like how it turned out. I think it mostly looks better than what I normally do because it's meant to be a brighter color that stands out on the face. Normally I struggle to make the makeup look more natural, so something that stands out like this is much easier to do. Speaking of the makeup, here it is at the end. I think she looks cute. Tell me what you think in the comments. I've done this challenge multiple times by now. I think only 2 times actually, so maybe that's an overstatement. But the point is, it's a very good challenge that I enjoy doing. Maybe I'll do it another time, probably in the future. Not now, definitely not now, but in the future. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.